Hello charters, we are done with loss of stock, so loss of profit. Let's listen to one story before we enter loss of profit. Listen to it very carefully. All the details which I mentioned over here are very important. Correct? Now chartered, I have a wine showroom. It is on a rent. Correct? Rent is 50,000 a month. Correct? I have a wine showroom which is on rent. Rent is 50,000 per month. Now chartered, while explaining, I'll write things over here. Which you want, you can again go back, pause and copy. Don't copy now. When I finish explanation, entire thing, then you can go back, pause and copy. I'll tell you, now you can go backwards and copy the notes. Am I clear? But first concentrate and understand everything, because this part has only calculation and lot of formulas. So if you want to know the derivation of all the formulas, logic behind all the formulas, then listening and seeing the board is very important. I'll give you sufficient time to copy the things. Correct? And since it's a video, after writing the official notes also, if you want, you can go back to the video and copy. Correct? Now listen, I have a wine showroom where mostly imported wines I have. Now that wine showroom is at a monthly rent of 50,000. Correct? I've got 3 staff. Each staff I pay a salary of rupees 8,000. Every day the shop or the showroom starts at around 11:30 in the morning and it runs up to 10:30 in the night. One day what happened, my mom called me that Dipesh, that today there are some guests going to come, so you come back from the shop early. Correct? And I went to the shop, and after some time I told my staff that today I will go home early. So one of my old staff, Ramesh, was there. I told Ramesh that, Ramesh, you please close the shop for the day and return me the keys in the evening. He told, fair enough. In the afternoon, lunch time, Ramesh told, sir, he wants to go out and have lunch, which generally does not happen, but he wanted the permission and I am not supposed to interfere that where does he have lunch in lunch time. So I said, fair enough, go. Lunch time is generally of half an hour, 40 minutes, but he came after 1 hour. And he came off with a huge jacket. And winter has not started, and I saw the jacket and I told Ramesh, this jacket? Plus, sir, winter will come, and winter the jackets are costly. Now it is end of summer, so it is an off-season discount going on, so I purchased now. Now everybody knows that on winter garments, if we buy in summer, we will get an off-season discount. But generally we don't buy. Still, I am not supposed to interfere. I so did not ask him too many questions. Now charted, what happened? At around 6:37, I had to go, so I left the showroom for the day. Ramesh and 2 other staff were there. One staff started telling that I wanted to go early, but sir has left early, so how can I go? So Ramesh told, no problem, you can leave. I and other staff is there, so we'll manage the show. You can go. Sir will not tell anything and I'll manage sir also. And everybody knew that since Ramesh is an old staff, he can manage the situation. So one staff left. Ramesh at around 9:30 told another staff that if you want, you can also leave. I'll also close the shop early today for the day and tell Dipesh sir that since he also had some work, so they close the shop early. Once a while this happens, he will not mind. The other staff also said fair enough, so he also left early. Now Ramesh, his brain started working. He pulled out that huge jacket, wore that, pulled out 3, 4, 5 bottles of foreign drinks and put it inside the jacket. He wore that jacket and came out. And I'm from Bengal, so Bengal we have a tradition that we shut the shop for the day and do little aarti and go. Since we shut the shop and then do aarti, so we usually have a practice that we burn or lit the newspaper and then do aarti with the newspaper only. So Ramesh also followed the same practice. He shut the shutter down, lit the newspaper and was doing aarti. but he was very uncomfortable because there were too many bottles which he had to hold. When he was doing Aarti, one of the bottles fell. As soon as the bottle fell, he got worried that if people sees him with the bottles, they might complain Dipesh regarding that Ramesh was trying to flick away with the bottles. So what he did, he saw here there, he removed the glasses with his leg, but the spirit was already down. He put the fire down and went. Since the fire was on the spirit, the fire spun. The spirit went inside because it's a liquid. So liquid went inside the shutter, and with that the fire also went inside. Entire night, three things: wood furniture, spirit and fire played a wonderful game. Almost my 90% of the stock was destroyed. Correct. Now what happened? Now the problem was started. Morning, Ramesh also did not realize because he thought that everything was outside the showroom. So Ramesh also went home. Next day morning when we entered, we could see only bas धुआं ही धुआं. Only that because of fire, only smoke we could see. That smoke started coming out. And after the smoke left the premises, we could see it was completely damaged. So I was now shocked. I thought since it was an old premises, old building, so I thought maybe some short circuit. I did not try to find out the reason for fire too much. Checked everything was normal. Called the electrician to find out if there was any mistake. So he found out some here and there because obviously the wires were also burnt. So he said the repairing work is required. But I did not go into too much of nitty-gritties why fire, because obviously after fire it's very difficult to find out whether there was short circuits or something else. But because of fire, obviously short circuits will take place. The furniture was also damaged. So instantly I called my interior designer. Immediate loss was loss of stock, and we all rather have studied how to calculate loss of stock. So that was, and that the date of fire was started 30th September. Correct? 30th September 1990. Correct? So 90 is your favorite year, yeah. In my all examples, year 90 is usually there. Anyway, 30th September 1990, it was when the fire took place. I called the interior designer. He saw the entire space and he said, what? I said, I want the space as it was earlier. Well, you want to do a better renovation or inferior renovation, what you would like? I said, nothing better, nothing worse. However it was, the way it was, I wanted back to normal. Well, no problem, he gave me a quotation. I told him how much time it will require. He told me, Dipesh, it will require 3 months. That means till 31st of December 90. Correct? That means started for 3 months, 30th September to 30th December. Entire winter and 2 major festivals, that is New Year and Christmas would go, which is our prime season. I got worried, but I could not do anything. I said, fair enough. You start your work as soon as possible. He said, tomorrow I'll start because I need to buy some material. I said, okay. Then I went to landlord. I told landlord, sir, there is a fire. He told, yeah, I know. I said, sir, because of fire, I have to do renovation, and renovation would take 3 months, and 3 months I will not be able to do any business, sir. So if you can reduce rent to half, it would be very good for me. He said, Dipesh, fire is not because of my negligence. It is your premises now. So I will not reduce rent by a naya paisa. I begged him for around 50 minutes. Please, sir, please, sir, please, sir. But he did not listen. Then I am also Gujarati fellow. So I told him, no problem, sir. I took out the keys and placed it. Well, sir, I vacated the property. and you are supposed to give me 10 lakhs advance. From that 10 lakh, you can deduct 2 lakhs. Remaining advance, you can give it to me because 2 lakhs will require some renovation cost. Obviously, he does not renovate as a showroom. He has to renovate it as a normal plaster and coloring he has to do, and electricity fitting. If I do renovation, I have to do furniture and that false ceiling and decoration, but he does not have to do all that. So he will deduct 2 lakh rupees. You deduct that. 1 week's time I am giving, and that was the deal between us mentioned in the contract. Plus 1 month ka rent you are supposed to deduct. So almost out of 10 lakhs, you can reduce 1 lakh renovation and 1 month rent and give it to me 9 lakhs. And I told him, sir, 9 lakhs you have to give it to me now within next 7 days. Your renovation will not take less than 2 months, sir. So 2 months you will not get rent. So 1 month ka rent you will lose completely. Then you have to search for rent. After you get a tenant, the broker will charge 1 month rent. So 2 months rent ka loss plus 9 lakhs advance you are supposed to refund. Correct? Plus I'll make sure that I'll go out and tell everybody that this premises does not have a good omen because my business got burnt in fire over here. That's why I left. So people will think twice before taking this premises, sir. Thank you so much. Bye bye, sir. As soon as I told him, he got shock of his life. He said, no, Dipesh, you are taking it to heart. I was just kidding. You do not give me rent only. Plus, if any renovation help is required, I'll give you. I'm like, now you understood. So I said, okay, sorry, sir. No problem. I took the keys and went. He told me, Dipesh, how much rent you will give? I told 20,000. You had told you will give me half. Now you are saying 20,000. I said, you told me that you don't have to pay rent only, but I am still paying 20,000. He told, okay. So I went. I came down. I told staff that get a big flex. You know what is flex? It's a tarpaulin type of a white material. And I put it, say behind me, there is a showroom ka gate. So behind me I put that flex, and that flex I wrote, please do not peep inside, we are changing, because renovation work was going on. So I put that flex. Told my staff to get a table, office table. So I put it on the footpath. Pulled up a wire from there, put 2-3 bulbs. Correct? Got 2 chairs also, one for myself and for if anybody else wants to sit, or if the staff wants to sit. Got a safe also to keep the cash. The safe I got it attached with the table only. Then I asked them to get shoe rack to keep the bottles. Whatever little stock I had left, that bottles, plus I ordered some local stuff. So I was with a table, chair, shoe rack, pulled the wire, the bulb, and the safe. And I told that I will do business here only. My staff was shocked. I said, yeah. 3 months, obviously I cannot stop business. With local stuff only I'll do my business. But I told staff that see, now I don't require 3 staff. So Ramesh is my old staff, let him stay. 1 staff is enough. The other 2, you start searching for your job, but you need not come over here. Till you get your new job, I'll pay you salary. Correct? Decent enough. So one person said, he was nice, sir, I have already got 1 job. If you tell me, I'll shift from tomorrow, I'll not come. I'm like, thank you so much. So he went off. Another staff told, sir, I've got part-time opportunity. So part-time I can work. So you basically require person in the evening only. So evenings I'll stay. You give me half salary. I told, fair enough. So 1 staff completely gone, 1 staff half salary. Tata? Yes, sir. Now what happened? 3 months I kept on selling goods over there. After 3 months started, I was very happy. Because in those 3 months also, I made a sale of 30 lakhs. And my gross profit was 30%. So still I earned 9 lakhs, 3 lakhs per month, which was not a bad deal. Yeah, some expenses were there, but still a gross profit of 9 lakhs, 30 lakhs sales. That means you can imagine the demand of wine in India. I had faced lots of trouble during that period selling on the footpath, but because now I had to deal with all local stuff and the local people and lot of harassment plus police coming every day, they asking some money from me, so I had to satisfy them also, plus local gundas I had to give money. So yeah, it was a troublesome period, but yes, still I managed 3 lakhs a month, which was a good deal for me. So I was very happy. As usual, when on 1st of January 1991, when I reopened the showroom, I was a happy man. Changu came as usual. He said, Dipesh, you look very happy. I gave him the data. You know, Changu, that I'm very happy. He said, Dipesh, but can you give me your books of accounts? I said, what you will do with it? He said, show no. I showed him my books of accounts. After looking at books of accounts, he told that Dipesh, last year, same period, you made a sale of 70 lakhs. Now tell me, chartered, whether I'll be happy or sad? Sad. Said last year, same period, if I made a sale of 70 lakhs, but this year I made only 30 lakhs. So my sale dipped by how much? Decreased by 40 lakhs. On that 30% profit. So how much profit did I lose? 12 lakhs. Where I was feeling happy that I made a profit of 9 lakhs, my friend made me feel that I lost a profit of 12 lakhs, which hurt me. He did not stop there. He told me that, Dipesh, looking at last 5 years record, it is seen that every year your sales increases by 10%. Shit. That means if last year sale was 70 lakhs, current year it would have been increased by 10%, that means 7 lakhs. That means I would have current year made a sale of how much? 77 lakhs. But I made a sale of how much? 30 lakhs only. Therefore, I lost a sale of how much? 47 lakhs. Can I say this is short sales? Decrease in sales or short sales? Yes. Into GP percent, how much GP? 30%. 47 lakhs into 30% is 14 lakh 10,000 chartered. Where I was feeling happy that I made a profit of 9 lakhs, he made me believe that I lost a profit of 14 lakhs 10,000. I was very sad. He told me, Dipesh, don't worry. My intention was not to make you believe all this. But do you have a policy for this loss of profit? I started scratching my head. I said, yeah, I do have. So bola, obviously then you can claim this amount. So I thought, yes. So this is loss of profit. Now, for time being, we'll come back to the story and move away from the story on regular basis. So I can claim this loss of profit from insurance company, chartered, yes or no? Yes, sir. To claim this loss of profit, what I required, I had to calculate the sales which I had lost, that is short sales, into gross profit. So can I say loss of profit is nothing but short sales into GP percentage? Yes or no? Yes, sir. How to calculate short sales? Short sales means sales in a relevant period of last year. Relevant period means that disturbed period, renovation period or disturbed period. Sir, why are you calling it relevant period? Wait. That is nothing but a disturbed period of 3 months. So sales in same 3 months, October, November and December of last year, that is 89. 70 lakhs, yeah. Add trend 10%, that is 7 lakhs. Trend can be decreasing also. So 77 lakhs less actual sales in relevant period of current year. How much? Actual sales in relevant period of current year is how much? 30 lakhs. Therefore, short sales is how much? 47 lakhs. This into GP percent if I do, I'll get loss of profit. So, chartered, if I tell you how to calculate loss of profit, what you will say? Sales, first you calculate short sales. So, step 1 short sales, step 2 GP percent, step 3 loss of profit. Step 1 short sales, step 2 GP percent, step 3 short sales into GP percent, correct? Now, how to calculate short sales? Sales in relevant period of last year, add or less trend, less actual sales in relevant period of current year will give me what? Short sales. So, repeat. Sales in relevant period of last year, add or less trend, less actual sales in relevant period will give me what? Short sales into GP percent. Now, your first doubt. Sir, what is relevant period? When I am taking a loss of profit policy, I have to tell him that if there is a fire, I am expecting that the renovation period will be of 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. Yes or no? Yes, sir. On that basis, I tell him that I think my renovation period will be 5 months. So, insurance company says that if there is a fire and there is a disturbed period, they will compensate for loss of profit of those 5 months, correct? That means they are ensuring, they are ready to compensate loss of profit of how many months? 5 months. That 5 months I have to tell or insurance company will tell? I have to tell, but they will write in the policy, yes or no? Now, chartered, suppose in the policy I made them write 5 months. That means they are supposed to compensate me for loss of profit of how many months? 5 months. The period which is mentioned in the policy is known as indemnity period. Indemnity means compensation, no? Indemnity period. So, indemnity period mentioned in the policy is how much? 5 months. That means in the event of fire, if the disturbed period, for disturbed period of 5 months, they will compensate for loss of profit. But in this given example chartered, my actual disturbed period is how much? Sir, 3 months. But indemnity period is how much? 5 months. So, they will compensate for loss of profit of 5 months or 3 months? Sir, 3 months. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Shall we move ahead? Yes. That means now reverse also possible. Suppose indemnity period was 3 months, but my actual renovation period or disturbed period was 5 months. Then they will compensate for, sir, 3 months only. So, repeat. Suppose indemnity period, that means period mentioned in the policy is 5 months. Okay. But my actual disturbed period is 3 months. So, they will compensate me for loss of profit of 5 months or 3 months. So, 3 months. But suppose my actual disturbed period is 4 months. But the period mentioned in the policy indemnity period is 2 months. My actual 4, period written in the policy is 2. So, they will compensate me for 4 or 2? 2. That means, can I say they will compensate me for disturbed period or indemnity period, whichever is lower? Indemnity period 5 months, but actual is 3, then they will compensate for 3. Indemnity is 2, but actual is 4, then they will compensate for 2 only. That means, can I say they will compensate for that period, whichever is lower, indemnity period or disturbed period, whichever is lower? That lower period we call it relevant period. Am I clear? Yes, sir. So, now, can I say step 1 we are supposed to calculate relevant period, So what is relevant period, sir? Indemnity period or disturbed period, whichever is lower. What is indemnity period? Period for which insurance company would compensate for loss of profit, correct, which is mentioned in insurance policy. What is disturbed period, sir? Actual renovation period for which your business was affected, correct. So insurance company will compensate for relevant period, that is indemnity period or disturbed period, whichever is lower. Step 2, short sales. How to calculate short sales? Sales in relevant period of last accounting year, add or less trend changes, less actual sales in relevant period of current year, correct. That will give you gross profit. That will give you short sales into GP percent. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Now chartered, the question arises. Is what is GP percent? Logic behind GP percent. Understand this very, very carefully. Now chartered, suppose this is your PL account. In PL account, I write over here by gross profit, yes, by non-operating income, NOI. Basically, this non-operating income means indirect income, because our operating income, prime income is sales. So any income which you write other than that is known as non-operating income. Am I clear? Yes, sir. Now chartered. Over here I write to salary, to rent, to electricity, to printing and stationery, to general expenses, to net profit. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, these expenses which I have recorded on the debit side are basically my indirect expenses. Yes. So can I say gross profit plus non-operating income is equal to indirect expense plus net profit? Yes, sir. Or can I say gross profit is equal to net profit plus indirect expense minus non-operating income? Yes, sir. Now chartered, insurance company calls this indirect expenses as standing charges. Indirect fixed expenses as standing charges. Correct? Insurance company calls this. Therefore, can I say gross profit is equal to net profit minus non-operating income plus standing charges? Yes. Or can I say gross profit is equal to net operating profit plus standing charges? Means what I am trying to say is net profit minus non-operating income is equal to net operating profit, NOP. Yes. So what is gross profit? Net operating profit plus insured standing charges. Is this clear? According to insured, we can calculate gross profit like this also. Yes, sir, you can calculate. Digested? Yes. Now listen. Please understand this very carefully before you listen ahead. So, gross profit is balancing figure of trading account, or from PL account if I want to calculate gross profit, I can calculate like this also. That is net profit, add all fixed expenses minus indirect income. Net profit minus non-operating income or indirect income is equal to net operating profit. And indirect expenses are known as standing charges. Am I clear? Why they are called standing charges? They are fixed expenses. Standing charges means it will stand whether the business is running or standing. They will stand. They will always be incurred whether the business is running or not running. Correct? Yes, sir. Now charted. What is the name of the chapter? So loss of profit. Correct. In case of loss of stock, what we were insuring? Sir, stock you are insuring. So, in case of loss of profit, what you will insure? Sir, profit you will insure. Which profit you will insure? Gross profit or net profit? Gross profit. Am I clear? Yes, sir. So, we insure over here gross profit. Correct? Correct. So, can I say my policy value will always be equal to gross profit? Yes, sir. My policy value will always be equal to gross profit. Loss of profit. What I am insuring? Profit. Which profit? Gross profit. So, my policy value should be equal to gross profit. Yes. So, higher the gross profit, higher the policy value. Yes. Higher the policy value, higher the premium. Yes. So, I applied little buddhi. I told these two expenses I will not insure, uninsured. I will say insurance company that when you are calculating gross profit, you do not consider printing and stationery and general expenses, because I thought they will not be incurred only. So, if I reduce my standing charges, my gross profit will reduce, my gross profit will reduce, my policy value will reduce, my policy value will reduce, my premium will reduce. Correct? Because how they are calculating gross profit? Gross profit they are calculating as net operating profit plus standing charges. More the standing charges, more the gross profit, more the gross profit, more the policy value, more the policy value, more the premium. Because I am insuring gross profit. So, higher the gross profit, higher the policy value, higher the policy value, higher the premium. Correct? So, I thought why not reduce my standing charges. So, I insured these three only. Insured. Correct? Therefore, now I can say gross profit is equal to net operating profit plus ISC, that is correct. Rather, gross profit is equal to net operating profit plus insured standing charges. Yes or no? This is I should have insured. I have insured. Am I clear? Yes, sir. Now charted. Therefore, one more thing. Standing charges SC is equal to insured standing charges plus uninsured standing charges. SC is equal to ISC plus UISC. Therefore, chartered, insurance company says that gross profit is nothing but net operating profit plus insured standing charges. Correct? Digested? Yes, sir. Now, step 1 was what? Sir, relevant period. Step 2, short sales. Step 3, GP percent. How do you calculate GP percent? So, GP percent, we calculate GP by sales into 100. Over here, what does insurance company say? GP means net operating profit plus standing charges. But did we tell all standing charges? No, only insured. So, according to insurance company, gross profit is equal to net operating profit plus insured standing charges. Therefore, can I say GP percentage is equal to net operating profit plus insured standing charges divided by sales into 100? Yes, sir. Net operating profit plus insured standing charges divided by sales into 100, because GP percent is GP by sales into 100. GP is nothing but net operating profit plus, rather, all standing charges. I should have taken all, but I took only some. If I have taken some, insurance company will also take some only. So, if they ask me which standing charges I should insure, I will say all. But did I insure? No. I insured 3, I did not insure 2. Why? Because I wanted to reduce standing charges. If standing charges reduces, gross profit will reduce, policy value will reduce, premium will reduce. I wanted to save some premium. Am I clear? Yes. So, how to calculate loss of profit? So, loss of profit is short sales plus short sales into insured standing charge. Short sales into GP percent. How to calculate short sales? So, short sales is sales in relevant period of last accounting year, add or less trend, less actual sales in relevant period of current year. Okay. How to calculate GP percentage? So, net operating profit plus insured standing charges divided by sales into 100. Is this clear? Yes, sir. So, chartered, if I tell you how to calculate loss of profit, it was very simple. Step 1, relevant period. Step 2, short sales. Step 3, GP percent. Step 4, loss of profit. Am I clear? Yes. This much you understood? Yes. Now, chartered, so you have understood 4 steps. Correct? Now, understand this very carefully. Suppose sales in a relevant period of last year is 2 lakhs. Correct? There is no trend. Sales in a relevant period of current year is 60,000. Correct? That means last year during the relevant period I made a sale of 2 lakhs. But in this year, since it was a disturbed period, I could make a sale of only 60,000. Thereby, short sale is 1,40,000. Yes. GP percentage, say suppose 30%, therefore loss of profit will be how much? Sir, 42,000. Very good. That means, chartered, we can conclude this is how loss of profit is calculated. Now, chartered, sales in relevant period, if I had not done, then this would have been 2 lakhs, this would have been 0, this would have been 2 lakhs, 30%, correct? Therefore, extra claim of rupees 18,000. Correct? Yes. This 18,000 is nothing but 30% into this 60,000. Correct? Yes, sir. That means, chartered, if I do not make any sales during relevant period, I would ask for more claim. Yes. If I ask for more claim, it is loss for me or insurance company. Sir, insurance company. That means, chartered, sales in relevant period, actual sales in relevant period which I am doing is benefiting me or insurance company. Sir, it is benefiting you as well as insurance company. Correct? So it is benefiting me because I am earning the profit, and it is benefiting insurance company because insurance company does not have to give me claim or has to give me less claim because I made sales in the relevant period. Yes or no? Yes, sir. To generate this sales in relevant period, chartered, did I incur any extra expenses? Yes, sir, you did incur. I incurred expenses of table, those chair, that safe, that shoe rack, that payment to police, that payment to Gunda, the extra wire pulled. Don't you think these were the expenses incurred to generate sales in relevant period? Yes, sir. The expenses which I incurred, during relevant period, I wanted compensation for that also. So I told insurance company that insurance company, you don't have to pay me only 42. You understood 42? No, loss of profit. You don't have to give me only loss of profit, but you are supposed to give me benefit of the expenses which I have incurred to generate this sales, because if I would not have generated sales, the claim would have been more. If the claim would have been more, it would have been your loss. So since I did sales during the relevant period, you are supposed to give me compensation for expenses. Oh, wonderful. I thought I am very smart. So they asked me, Dipesh, Dipesh, how much expenses did you incur? I told them that, sir, my actual expenses, actual additional expenses which I incurred was 12,000. Actual additional expenses which I incurred was 12,000. So please give me 12,000. He said, relax. Dipesh, one little problem we have. I told, what? They said, we will give you GP on AAT by GP on AAT plus uninsured standing charges. UISC means uninsured standing charges. Uninsured standing charges. Short form is here also. Correct? Into additional expense. I told, what is this? Bola, relax. Bola, this is coming to 80 by 100 into 12,000. That is 9,600. We cannot give you more than 9,600. I told, no problem. Something you give me. Now, obviously, I did not ask what is this GP on AAT by GP on AAT plus uninsured standing charges into additional expenses. But you will definitely ask. So, chartered, let's understand logic of GP on AAT. AAT full form I will tell you. AAT's full form is adjusted annual turnover. What? Adjusted annual turnover. Sir, what does adjusted annual turnover mean? It means sales of current year. Now chartered. Okay. So I wrote logic of GP on AAT by GP on AAT plus uninsured standing charges into additional expenses. Correct? Yes. It is nothing but GP on current year's sale by GP on current year's sale plus uninsured standing charges into actual expenses. Yes, sir. This is nothing but GP by GP plus uninsured standing charges into additional expenses. Yes, sir. Correct, no? GP on current year sale is GP only. Can I say this is nothing but net operating profit plus insured standing charges divided by net operating profit plus insured standing charges plus uninsured standing charges into additional expenses? Yes, sir. Because GP we had understood GP is nothing but GP plus insured standing charges. Now charted, if you come over here, insured plus uninsured means total standing charges, correct? Now let's go over here. Net profit, gross profit is equal to net operating plus insured standing charges. I should have insured. I have insured. That means charted, if I apply the same logic, that means it is 80 by 100. This is insured and this is should have insured. This means only 80% insured. I should have insured 100 rupees, but I have insured 80 rupees. That means I have insured only to the extent of 80%. If I have insured only to the extent of 80%, that means chartered, I will get a benefit of expenses only to the extent of 80%. Yes. So this is the, so they will give me actual additional expenses or proportionate additional expenses. Sir, they will give me actual addition, they will give me proportionate additional expenses ka benefit. So I wanted 12,000, they are ready to give me how much? 9,600. Is this clear? Yes, sir. Now let's move ahead. Now chartered. Then he started all good things. Well, Dipesh, I have never seen a businessman like you who used to be sit in such a big showroom. But when the time came, you stood on the footpath and did business. You applied your common sense to maximum. I am really proud of you. You are a genius businessman. And he went on flattering me for almost 15-20 minutes. And I, a dumb person, got flattered also, sir. Full flattered. Dipesh sir's flattery at its peak. Then he asked me, Dipesh, tell me one thing. I told, tell me, sir, ask me. But Dipesh, you generated a sale of 60,000. Sir, you told some figure different earlier, I know. For this calculation, understand. You did a sale of 60,000 with that table, safe, and so much. And you incurred 12,000 expense. Suppose you did not have this 12,000 rupees in your pocket, then you would not have incurred those expenses. If you would not have incurred those expenses of table, safe, shoe rack, that wire, and then what you would have done? And that then also, sir, I would have carried the bottles in my hand and I would have stood on the footpath and I would have sold the bottles from the footpath without incurring expense also. Brilliant. Superb. That means without expenses also you would have sold. I'm like, yes, sir. Tell me, Dipesh, without expenses also you would have sold how much? I'm like, sir, without expenses also I would have sold 40,000 minimum ka goods. Brilliant. That means you come down over here, sales in relevant period was 2 lakhs. Without expenses also you would have sold 40,000. Then short sales would have been 1,60,000. Correct? Into 30%. That means loss of profit would have been how much? Sir, 48. That means now if there was no expenses incurred, you would have still made a sale of how much? Sir, I would have made a sale of 40. If you would have made a sale of 40 only, then I had to give a claim of how much? Sir, 48. But now I am supposed to give you a claim of how much? Sir, 42. That means insurance company saved how much? 48,000 minus 42,000, that is 6,000. This 6,000 is nothing but 30% into 20,000. That, so 20,000, this 20,000 is known as additional sales. Huh? That means this additional sales means sales with expenses how much? Sir, 60. Sales without expenses how much? Sir, 40. That means sales because of expenses how much? That means because of expenses you generated extra sales of only 20,000. You saved my 6,000 only. If you saved my 6,000, shall I give you 9,600? No. So I can give you maximum only 6,000. That means GP percentage on additional sales, that is 30% into 20,000. So they would give me a benefit of only 6,000. If my actual expenses is 12,000, will they give me 12,000? No, they would give me proportionate expenses because of under insurance. So they will never give me 9,000, they will give me maximum 9,600. But they are ready to give 9,600 provided I saved there more than 9,600. How much did I save? I saved only 6,000. What is that 6,000? Additional sales. What is additional sales? Sales generated because of it. That 20,000 sales which I extra generated because of expenses, on that 20,000, 30% gross profit means 6,000. If I would not have incurred that expenses, this 6,000 say claim would have increased and they had to give me extra 6,000. Sir, slowly. See, without expenses also I am doing 40,000. Yes. If I would have done expenses, sales in relevant period would have increased by how much? 20,000. Yes. Correct. If I did not incur expenses, short sales would have been 1,60,000. Are you understanding? If I would not have incurred expenses, then my sales in relevant period would have been only 40 instead of 60. Then short sales would have been 1,60,000. On that 1,60,000, 30%, they had to give me a claim of how much? 48. That means that marginal 20,000, which is the extra sales I am doing, more the sales, less the claim. More the sales, less the claim. More the sales in relevant period. If I sell 0, then claim is 60. If I sell 40, then the claim is 48. If I sell 60, then the claim is 42. That means more the sales in relevant period, better for insurance company. Less the sales in relevant period, loss for insurance company. Because of expenses, how much extra sales I did? 20,000. On that 20,000, how much is the extra claim they are supposed to give me? Only 6,000. That means after incurring expense also, I am giving them a benefit of how much? Only 6,000. So they will give me more than 6,000? No. Now you understood? Yes, sir. Last time I am repeating. Including expenses, I would have done 60,000. Then I had to give a claim of, insurance company had to give me a claim of 42. If the expenses were not there, then they had to give me a claim of how much? 48. That means they are giving me extra claim of how much? 6,000. But against that 6,000, I am asking how much? 12. They will say, okay, because of 12, how much sales you did? I would say 20,000, but I remove 20,000. So even if I remove 20,000, my sales would become how much? 40. So they had to give me a claim of how much? 48. So without, because if I incur expense, they are supposed to give me a claim of 42. If I incur expenses, they have to give me a claim of 42. If I do not incur expenses, they have to give me a claim of 48. So I am asking them to give me 42 plus 12 expenses. They will say, I will not give you your expenses. Then they have to give me only 48 only, no? I am asking that give me 42 plus expenses का 12. वो बोला पागल हो गया क्या? If you would not have done expenses, remove that 12. So then sales will decrease. Let it decrease. How much it will decrease? Sir, it will become 40. No problem. How much I have to give you? 48. Take 48. So instead of giving me 42 plus 12, it's better to give me only 48. Yes or no? So how much did I save? 6. So they will give me only 6. Understood, chattered? Yes or no? So what is additional sales? So when I went for asking expenses, what expenses they will give me? Least of the 3. What is least of the 3? Actual additional expenses. Second, proportional additional expenses. Third, GP percentage on additional sales. Which least of the 3 they will give me? Because proportion will be definitely less than 12,000. Yes or no? Yes, so they will not give me more than 9,600. But I saved there how much? 6, so they will give me 6. Now chartered. If you have understood little bit, then if you are in my position, when insurance agent would have asked you company, that Dipesh, imagine if there was no expenses, how much sales you would have done? Now I have become smart. If you would have told no, Dipesh, no expenses, you did not have 12,000 only, how much sales you would have done? I would have sold. So then I would have done 0 sales. Oh, if 0 sales you would have done, then that means entire 60,000 is because of expense. Yes. That means they had to give me 18,000 extra claim. Yes. Then this instead of 6 would have become 18. If additional sales was 60. That means without expenses sales would have been 0. That means entire 60,000 is because of expenses. Sales because of expenses is known as additional sales. Then they had to give me 18,000. So by incurring 12,000, I saved there how much? 18,000. So they should give me 12,000. Yes, but they will not give me 12. They will give me 9,600. That is again least of the 3. 12, 9,600 or 18,000. So how do you read chartered? What is the expenses? 12. But because of under insurance maximum, how much they can give you? 9,600. You saved there 6. So they will give you 6 or 9,600? 6. But you saved there 18. So they will give you 9,600 or 18? 9,600. Least of the 3. Am I clear? This is known as allowance for increased cost of AICOW, All India का short form. Allowance means benefit, increase मतलब extra, cost means expenses, working means business. Benefit for extra expenses incurred for business. Allowance means benefit. For increase, extra, cost means expenses, working means business. Benefit which I want from insurance company for extra expenses I have incurred for generating sales in the disturbed period. So they told we'll give you list of the three. Now chartered, if anybody asks you what should be the claim, I told claim should be loss of profit plus allowance for increased cost of working. The profit which I lost plus extra expenses which I incurred give me that. So there is a method to calculate allowance for increased cost of working, which is least of the three, and the logic you have got for all three. Am I clear? If you've forgotten the logic, you rewind, restudy the entire logic, apply your brain. Am I clear? Apply your brain also a little bit. I told fair enough, enough of drama, give me this much only. He told wait. Dipesh, when you calculated loss of profit, you applied GP percentage into short sales? I said yes. When you calculated GP percent, you did net operating profit plus insured standing charges? I said yes. Bola, higher the insured standing charges, higher the gross profit? I said yes. Because GP percentage was what? Net operating profit plus insured standing charges divided by sales into 100. Yeah. Bola, higher the insured standing charges, higher is the gross profit. Yes. If higher is the gross profit, higher is the gross profit percentage. Haan. Higher is the gross profit percentage, higher is loss of profit. Yes. But sir, which charges did you insure? Let's go to the first PL which we had prepared. I said, sir, I had insured salary, rent and electricity. Exactly. Your three insured charges were salary, rent and electricity. Now be honest and tell me, did you incur the same salary? No. Why? Because one employee, I told Tata, one employee was working part-time, so half salary. Yes. So you did not incur full salary also. Did you pay full rent? No. I went to landlord and decreased rent also. Yes. Did I incur full electricity? No. Part electricity only. That means you saved in salary, you saved in rent, you saved in electricity. That is the savings which you did. That will be subtracted. Savings in insured standing charges. This is the amount of claim we will give you. Am I clear, chartered? Sir, what is that AAT? That will become too much of logic now. Digest this much. That claim is equal to loss of profit plus allowance for increased cost of working into insured standing charges. How to calculate loss of profit? Short sales into GP percent, and this is least of 3. So if you ask me, I would say step 1, I would say relevant period. Yes. Step 2, I will say short sales. Yes. Step 3, GP percentage. Yes. Step 4 is loss of profit. Yes, sir. Step 5, let me calculate GP on AAT separately. Okay, sir. Why? Wait, that GP on AAT again, too much of logical I have taken. Step 6, statement of, step 6, allowance for increased cost of working, that is least of the 3. Actual expenses, GP on AAT by GP on AAT plus uninsured standing charges into additional expenses. Third is GP percentage on additional sales. Step 7, statement of claim, that is loss of profit plus allowance for increased cost of working minus savings and insured standing charges, which is nothing but your salvage. The things which you had insured, from that you have saved something. Correct? Because what you had insured, GP, I have insured GP plus insured standing charges. Did I incur all insured standing charges? No. I saved some. No. So let me subtract that. When you insured stock over there, stock saved was subtract. Over here you insured gross profit. So whatever gross profit you saved, that you insure, that you subtract. Correct? Yes, no. So I would request you to go through this entire thing. Whatever you feel like writing, you can scribble, and then I'll give you your notes in a very systematic form, and then we would digest all these steps, and then we would solve questions. Otherwise chartered, students generally feel that there are a lot of formulas without any logic. Definitely, there are two sets of students who are sitting in front of, rather three sets of students, one who surely do it by logic only. They have understood the logic completely and they would do it by logic. Another set of students who understand the logic but forget, so they follow steps. Most are in the second category. The third category, they do not understand the logic, they blindly follow the steps and vomit out in the examination to gain marks. I have to cater to all the three variety, the brilliant ones who will understand who have understood the logic so thoroughly that they will crack the question without any hesitation. They know the logic perfectly. Another is they have understood the logic now, but they will forget in a day or two. So they will try to recall the logic by reading notes, but they will follow steps. And the third one, they would not have understood this logic completely or nothing at all. They are waiting for these steps. They'll follow the steps in the examination hall, get the marks, come home, sleep happily. So since I have to cater to all the students, so the first variety complete logic is given, then we'll write complete notes, so it becomes easier for us to solve the questions. Am I clear? So digest these things. After 5 minutes, we'll start writing the notes. Am I clear? Yes or no? Yes, sir.